psychologically reversed. So Sue has an autoimmune disease, and she's psychologically reversed. It's not her fault. Okay? But we need to know that Sue needs to know that whenever she's doing EFT for herself, that she's got to do the setup. Because throughout her day, she is generally, her energy is not flowing, or it's flowing in as if you've got the batteries backward in a flashlight. They just don't work. Okay? So in order for EFT to work, your energy has to flow in a clockwise motion. And the way we get that to happen with EFT, about 90% of the time, we are successful at straightening out the energy flow and getting it going in a clockwise direction as it's supposed to by doing the setup and the setup affirmation. Okay? So there are two setup assures proper flow of energy. So we take responsibility for the problem, even though I have this problem. Even though I have this problem. Even though I have this problem.
Even though I have this problem.
Thank you. I know I'm putting you to sleep. I love and accept myself anyway.
I love and accept myself anyway.
Okay, so we're taking responsibility and we're accepting ourselves. So we tap on what Gary Craig calls the karate chop spot. And since I kind of have a thing about martial arts, I like to call it the friendly spot. Okay? So I'm trying not to be any more militant than I can be. So we call this I call this the friendly spot here at EFT Level. And so, but Gary Craig calls it the karate chop spot, and it's the same place. It's a place where if you were doing karate and you were going to break a board, you would come down and break the board with the edge of your hand. Okay? And I call it friendly spot because if we were going to shake hands, we would grab each other. You got me a little early, but yeah, we would grab each other and I would feel that soft spot on the bottom of the hand. And this is an area where the meridians come to surface that somehow, for some reason, I really don't understand, I've never seen it explained, affects our energy flow. And so I want you to think about your problem. You've written down your intensity. I want you to feel how it felt at the moment of trauma. And we're going to do a setup affirmation. So you're thinking about your thing. Everybody else is thinking about their thing. It's okay. I'm going to use the word I have this problem because obviously I can't work on everybody's problem all at once. So, even though I have this problem.
Even though I have this problem.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Even though I have this problem.
Even though I have this problem.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I have this problem.
I have this problem.
It doesn't define me.
It doesn't define me.
I own it.
I own it.
I could give it away.
I could give it away.
But I love and accept myself always.
I love and accept myself always.
Even though I'm not perfect.
Even though I'm not perfect.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
That's the setup affirmation.
Wow.
Pretty easy, okay? You're at 90% of us in here, 9 out of 10 of us, our energies are flowing in a clockwise manner right now, okay? Some of you who are particularly psychologically reversed, that energy will quickly slow down and stop and start to reverse or just stop flowing. So, is the setup necessary? Not always. If somebody's really invested in their issue and they're in like, you know, I think Cheryl is not psychologically reversed on that issue that we talked about because she was in it, she was in the moment of it, okay? But if you have a hard time getting in the moment of your issue, like Helene said, well, it's hard for me to kind of figure out what happened, or you have to kind of come up with something specific. Typically, there would be psychological reversal involved in that statement. I would hear that as psychological reversal. So how long did it take us to do the setup? From the, you know, take away all my talking, but just the 3, what? A minute, 2 minutes, yeah, tops, right? So why not do it all the time? Do we have to do it all the time? No. Any reason not to? No. Okay? Because you get your energy flowing, then you know your energy is flowing 9 times out of 10. Okay? So that's the setup information. There is another spot. It's called the sore spot. We have 2 lymph nodes right here. One on each side. And those lymph nodes are typically filled with stale lymphatic fluid. And if you take your fingertips and poke around, now if anybody's having surgery in there, don't do it. But if you poke around and push, you'll feel a yucky feeling. And I'm going to give you a minute to find that yucky feeling. And it's yucky. You got to kind of push on it. Huh?
It's like a hole, right?
It is. It's kind of, well, yeah, it's kind of a hole with a lump or something. You know? Yeah, it's not, but it's not really prominent. But if you push, it feels kind of just yucky.
Squishy, you mean?
And yeah, it just doesn't feel good, just kind of sore, it feels sore.
Feeling goes right down to I feel almost nauseous.
Well, exactly, and it's connected to your lymph system. And so when you tell me that, it's an indicator that your lymph system needs to be stimulated. So I would suggest that rather than use the friendly spot, that you use the sore spot. Now, as you use the sore spot and you rub on the sore spot, you'll actually stimulate the lymph system and move that stale lymphatic fluid out, and so you'll have a harder time finding it later on, next week or something, because you're going to do this several times a day for the next week. I know you all are. Yeah, okay.
If you do a lot of energy work, you might have a hard time finding that anyway, right?
Well, I can always find it, and I do energy work 6 hours